Okay, so now let us start our session today. So today is the 30th of October, and today's topic is a law of depth. This law of depth, it says that strength and peace come from the depth. Okay, two things. Strength and peace come from the depth. Now I'll go in explaining what does that mean. Now let me talk about the strength, from where the strength comes in the depth, with the depth. I have already given an example of a tree that in the description of while posting this session. So we have explained that when a tree grows up, for the growth of the tree, it is equally important its root goes deeper and deeper to sustain that kind of growth what tree may have. Some of the trees are very, quite high and quite big. Like in, I think US and all, they have redwood trees, and that's very, very big. And we have also very big trees like a banyan tree and all. They have a lot of deep roots under the ground to sustain that kind of, to withstand that. So it is already available in the nature that small trees, the roots are not too much deep, but the bigger trees have the deep roots inside the ground. When some kind of storm comes or something, the big trees, they withstand. But the small trees, they got uprooted, fallen down and all. Whoever is not deep enough, or they have put the roots on the surface, they don't, withstand that kind of force. Same logic apply if it is a building or a high-rise structure. So it has got its to base, the foundation, the pile has to go deep into the soil to hold that strong foundation. Otherwise, the high-rise building cannot sustain, aerodynamic loads and many other things, weather conditions, and its concrete, its own load and all this kind of stuff. So in that case, so depth gives a strength. It is easy to understand. It is basically common sense that if you go deep, you can have a solid foundation so that you can grow any kind of the height and expansion you can have. So you can withstand that one. This particular aspect, that the strength, it is also not only the physical dimension, it is also applicable for, say, knowledge. There can have something called shallow knowledge, jack of all trades, the little knowledge about everything. And but when the need comes, they run away. Means this is not much depth there. If you face that, your actual depth of the knowledge, that matters. So here comes the specialization and the specialist, and they are, subject matter specialists that go deep into it. They study, and whatever the experiences they need to go into deeper. In the education system also, we have that research, the PhDs and other higher studies or professional qualifications. There is a levels, that highest level of certification. Those are the things. You have to go more in-depth knowledge. The difference between the normal knowledge and research, I was just sharing in the morning. So one professor, he explained in a very beautiful way, research means to know more and more about less and less. Okay. You need not to know about everything. It's not possible. I have given an example of, Isaac Newton, who is a great scientist and, discovered the law of gravity and all this. At the end of his life, he said that after all his research and everything, discovery, he said if the knowledge, available knowledge in the world is like an ocean, I have just come to the sea beach and collected few grains of sand. That's it. That is my capacity in my lifetime I achieved. So his realization is that the knowledge is huge, like an ocean. In a one lifetime, you can only collect that much. So if you wanted to go deep, then you have to focus on a specific subject, and then you go into deep. It's not possible to know deep about everything. It's impossible physically. Our mind doesn't have that kind of capacity to go into that in detail and go into in depth. So here, whoever has an in-depth knowledge, only they can withstand the test of time and the requirement and the need. When everything is going fine, then any Tom, Dick and Harry will come and say, I know it, I know it. But when it is a challenging time comes, then the actual knowledge comes up. That is the time that you shows that the depth of the knowledge and the decision making, etc., depends on that. So here in this case, the depth is a strength. But again, that depth of knowledge is a strength. That's what that law says. The strength and peace come from the depth. So depth of knowledge is your strength. And I was just sharing few Chanakya sloka, when the wisdom of Chanakya, Chandragupta Maurya, and his time, that is, Chanakya. We learned in the Sanskrit in our school days, his sloka, and one of the sloka he says that Pustakastha tuja vidya, the knowledge which is in the books, Parahastagatam dhanam, the money or wealth which is under somebody else's custody. Karya kale samatpanne, when the need comes, na sa vidya na tad dhanam. That knowledge and that wealth will be of no use because you don't have it yourself. Same, another slok says, it's very interesting, the wisdom is same. Yeah, so only the time period has changed, external world has changed, but the fundamental principles are same. Another slok, he says, Swadeshe pujyate raja. The king is worshipped in his own country. Vidwan sarvatra pujyate. The knowledgeable person is worshipped everywhere. Everybody needs a knowledgeable person to take advice or decision or whatever it is. But king is worshipped in his own country. But a knowledgeable person, it is universal, is accepted everywhere. So this strength of this so-called acceptance or universal acceptance come from the depth of the knowledge. People respect that knowledge. And this is something nobody can take it out from you. They can physically punish you. They can put you into jail behind the bars. But the knowledge, what you got, nobody can take it out from you. So that becomes your strength. So this is what about the knowledge, and this is, I showed the physical dimension, and I talked about this knowledge. Also, this is also strength. And let me come to the other part, the peace. It's a strength and peace come from the depth. Yeah. Let me come to how peace can come from the depth. I have already given one example in the description. If you go to an ocean, the sea surface is always rough, a lot of tides and all. In the edge of the sea, where it is the waves are falling onto the shore and making sounds, and there's a lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of sound, a lot of turbulence. When the storm comes, then there is a huge waves, and it may even, something like go to the tsunami and all on the surface. The storm and the interaction with the wind, etc., etc. But if you take a diver, go to the middle of the sea, take a diving suit and go inside, oxygen cylinder, etc., dive into the sea, then after more you go deeper and deeper, you will feel that water is calmer and calmer. There's not much disturbance or activities. If you go very deep, you might have heard, of course, you can say there are fishes and all. Of course, yes, fishes are there. But those activities not same as the surface. If you take a really deep sea, and there are some part of Pacific or Atlantic is a very deep, maybe some thousands of meters deep, and kilometers deep sea. After a certain stage, even fish cannot go there because of the water pressure. Too much pressure. They cannot withstand that. Also that the plants, which is in the seabed, some plant receive some kind of sunlight and something like that. But if you go deeper and deeper, that also, one place that stopped. That kind of deep sea, if you go to the bottom of the sea, you will see absolutely no activities, completely standstill and calm. There's a huge pressure. Water pressure is huge. You cannot withstand with a normal body. You need to, have some kind of astronaut type of suit there. Only robots normally go there and take some photo and sample and for the scientific experiments. But the thing is, there is absolutely calm, no activities, complete peace and tranquility. This is the significance of when the peace comes with depth. Deeper you go, peaceful, that as see, I'm giving an example, the rest of this is. Same is with human being. You cannot get peace outside or interface with outside. Deep inside us, there is a space of the tranquility. And this particular one, whoever has gone to that kind of depth, their life changes. Everything, how they operate in the world, they changes because of the depth. They become peaceful, they become calm. In the Sanskrit, there is again another saying is called Vidya Dadati Vinayam. I already talked about the education. Yeah? The humility comes. There is not much activity, not much talking, not much jugglery and show. Calm. But the depth is there. Reverse is not true. I'm not saying everybody who is calm, they are knowledgeable. I'm not saying that. Okay. What I'm saying is, with the knowledge, automatically the calmness comes. The confidence comes. That it does not react immediately with something. It takes appropriate response to anything is arriving out of this. Rudolf Emerson, there's one guy, he has been given a beautiful quote. He says, life is measured not by the length, but by the depth. It's a beautiful saying. It is his quote. It does not matter how many years you lived, but what depth you attained. That will determine how your life will be remembered or contribution to the humanity. It comes from the depth. I was giving example of Swami Vivekananda. His life was only 39 years, but he has done so many things in that 39 years. In now, what we consider at our ages, 50 plus is 39 years is a bacha. Okay. But his whole life, whatever you know about Swami Vivekananda, everything he did within that 39 years. Okay, so it is the depth that matters, not the length. Somebody is living 80 years, 90 years, 95 years. Does not matter. Length does not contribute to the humanity or the experience, the sharing. The wisdom doesn't come with the length of your life. The depth of your life comes the wisdom. And that depth is attainable, some attainable. One point of time, all this, external world stuff like competition and this and that, target achievement and this, winning, become top, etc. will cease. After a certain level, you will not see anybody to whom you can compete with because your path is unique. There need not to be anybody. Maslow's law of hierarchy of needs, the topmost one. I discussed in other, subjects also. I have given that Maslow's law of hierarchy of needs. Topmost is self-actualization. Like you are just better version of yourself, what you were yesterday. There is no competition. Nobody else is there. In the top is always you are alone. Nobody else. There is only one in the top. There is no competition, no challenge, nothing. So then, will that mean that you will stop your growth? No. You compete with yourself, your previous self. Make yourself better. That is self-actualization. So how you make it better? By going into deeper and deeper. Get into the truth, get all the answers, be aware. It does not matter how you react with the external world. It doesn't matter. But in the depth itself, if you will come from this, your conviction, your stability, your possibly you're helping others, you can guide others. If you yourself don't know, how you can give it to others? You cannot share what you don't have. So in this case, the depth matters. It is not a gimmick. Gimmick also runs. That I'm not saying that the gimmick is not there. There are also the people who share gimmicks and then they survive for a few years, no issues. But lifetime of legacy, like I have given the Swami Vivekananda's example, cannot come from this kind of tricks. Swami Vivekananda himself told that Chalaki dara kono mohat karjo hai na. Means, the translation of that is, by being smart, you cannot achieve some very high purpose things in life. Mohat is, what is the English word for that? So anyway, by manipulation, you cannot achieve that kind of level, which is of greatness cannot come with manipulation. That's what it means. Anyway, so greatness comes with the depth. This depth give you the stability, the tranquility, the peace and the confidence what you need. It will gain you your peace of mind, where nothing in the outside world can you deter from. Because you are deeply rooted into the truth. And end of the day, the truth is the power. Eckhart Tolle, he has some beautiful saying in this. He's telling, this is a spiritual, of course, the message is spiritual. He says, deep within you, everything is known. But I say normally that your soul knows everything. Yeah, I think hundreds of times I repeated that. That's your inner guru. that best guru you can ever have, your soul. So he's telling that deep within you, everything is known. So there is a depth involved here. If everything is known in the depth, so if you go and touch upon the depth, you will know everything. It's only a matter of going deeper and deeper and deeper till you reach to that field. The field is called field of infinite possibilities. You touch upon that field and there everything is available, everything is known. So what he is basically, if you listen to him, he is telling that everything is known within you. What I need to do is just the misunderstanding need to go, that it is not there. Or you have to go run behind something to get something. That misunderstanding, you remove it. It is all available. Only thing you have to go to the deep, not running around here and there. And for that, you have to equip and you have to go there. And that is the practice we do. Like I was giving example of diving deep into the ocean, say a few kilometers deep. Of course, you cannot just wave with just what is called that snorkeling or this kind of a small device. You have to have armor and oxygen and tube or whatnot, big armor like astronaut suit you need. So that is the preparation. Same here. To go to that, you need preparation, and that preparation is called sadhana. That is the spiritual practices. What is spirituality? In the beginning, I told spirituality is nothing but to establish contact with your soul consciousness, with your soul, and two-way communication. Like it's a broadband, both ways. It's not like a request sort of thing. Establish permanent connection with your soul and live your life under constant guidance of your soul. So that means what is available with your soul, if you can get to go to that depth, everything will be available. Your soul consciousness is connected with universal consciousness, the Brahma Gyan, universal Brahma, Gyan, the knowledge, the truth. It will flow through you if you touch upon that depth. Suppose some places to getting water they drill, only after certain depth they get the clean water. Or somebody, I'm from oil and gas industry, so you have to drill till you get where the oil is. Yeah? You go to that level, unless until you go to that depth, oil will not come. And go further, you will get natural gas. But you have to go to the depth. You cannot come with a, small, what is called JCB or front-end loader or whatever you call it, bulldozer to go and dig up for oil. Not possible. You have to have a special arrangement to go up to that kind of depth, and then you get it. Anything precious is not available in the surface. If you see the earlier history of precious thing, say pearl, people who are specially trained to go to the depth of the sea, and inside that shell there is the moti, the pearl. They have to take it up from there. It's not available in the sea beach. You need to put effort to go to that depth of the sea to have that kind of the pearl to be taken, and then that needs to have a value. A diamond is formed in the several thousands meters below the ground level. With that heat and pressure, the temperature and pressure convert coal into diamond. Then you mine it, take it out and polish it, cut it and all that. That's the highest value. This is not available in the surface. It is available in the depth of the, below the ground. It's a huge depth. So there it is created. The value has been created. So I have given these two examples just to understand that how the depth converts the value. So let me come back to that. Now let me come to the spiritual practices. What does that mean? Deep spirituality. What does that mean? I already told, it is just in contact with your own soul consciousness. How to reach there? That's what we are practicing. We have to reach there through the gap between two thoughts. Last week we discussed about the gap, right? If you follow through further into the gap, go deeper and deeper into that, you will reach there. What it will give you? It will give you strength and peace. If you get into that depth and constantly connected with your conscious soul consciousness, you will be at a blissful state. You will be always peaceful, blissful, joyful. And the strength means not a petty matters, external things, something happening in the world and all. We cannot deter you from that. The knowingness comes from the within. That will give you that power so that you can continue with your life. No matter in the outside world, it is a pleasant experience or, not so good experience, adverse experience. But in either way, you will not break. Now, let me share another things. Just yesterday, we had. So this is about the topic, about the discussion, but I'm just sharing something else now. Yesterday during Dubai group meditation in the morning, we have only people Dubai and we are meditating Friday. That time Babaji came and Babaji was asking, if you have any question, you can ask. So they have asked their own questions. I have asked one question because I get this collective thing I told you earlier, because when I sit in a meditation, I get the collective thing. What are the questions going on in your mind? I can pick it up, even though it's not my own question. It just needs the connection, that's all. The question I asked, it is a long due. Okay. It is everybody's mind, but I verbalize it and ask Babaji. The question is that why we are feeling COVID happened, so many things happened. A lot of people lost their near and dear ones. Many people lost their job. Many people lost their livelihood or savings or money or many things. Yeah. I was asking Babaji, why there is so much of loss? It looks like we came in the rock bottom. So what is going on? Yeah, so it looks like that we come with a dead end and almost lost everything we have. You know what Babaji told? Babaji told this, the humanity. Yeah, I'm just telling you exact words. ये humanity के लिए ये पतझड़ का मौसम है. पतझड़, like when the leaves are falling down. पतझड़ का मौसम है. So whatever you had earlier, that is being dropped off. It is not a loss. When the tree goes through that, when the winter comes, all the leaves, they fall down, right? Patchar. The trees become almost bare, no leaf. Even though there is no leaf attached to the tree, the winter passes, then the new leaf comes. Babaji is telling in this process, the tree doesn't die. Only thing, whatever you had earlier, that gets dropped off. It is a process. It is a process of renewal. You remember in the beginning of the year, if you can still listen to that message in the New Year message, 1st January 2021, I have just the energetically, I told this is a year of renewal. Everybody will have a new thing in their life, new way of doing, new type of thing will develop, new things will come. It is the renewal time. The renewal time, part of that of humanity is to get rid of the old, shed the old one off. And that is exactly what the Patchar represents in the natural. In the natural, it is seasonal variation. Only humanity's scale is little, longer in the years type of thing. But otherwise, for the trees and all, it is seasonal variation. It sheds off its old. It becomes brown and drops off from the tree, which is that leaves are no longer serving the tree. And in that place, when the winter goes, snow, etc., if it is there, it goes, then the new leaf comes and the tree becomes bigger. This is the process currently we are undergoing, and this is the understanding of that renewal. The loss, what you are saying, it is not a loss. More will come back. It will come back better and much, much, greener and more prosperous. But the same old thing will not come back. It is irreversible. Whatever the leaf has dropped off, become brown, dropped off, it will not come back. The fruit, it developed and it's dropped off, it will not come back. New fruit will come. So this is the understanding of what Babaji has given. I wanted to write these things in Babaji's message into Facebook, but I didn't get time, but I'm just sharing it now. So that you have that understanding that what's going on. So this is just understanding wise, this is not a loss. It is the variation, it is a seasonal variation of like Patchar ka mausam. So with this, I just conclude this, the learning session. So if you have any question, so please come forward and ask the question. No question?
Yeah, Rajdip ji, I'll ask something.
Acha, Narendra ji, go ahead.
Yeah. Rajdip ji, it is quite understood, Patchar ka mausam. So, but this is perpetually happening for all the ages. ये तो चलता ही रहेगा. शायद probably it has been on a larger scale than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So shayad we can only understand because one is in the COVID we have seen a mass loss of a lot of people.
Yes.
Otherwise, individually, these losses have been happening and as part of our srishti, a part of our worldly matters. So
Yes.
वो भी होता रहेगा. And that again based on karma, based on this thing. And what I have understood from you so far is that whatever my small understanding is that we come in this world, on this earth, we are born to have some experience.
Correct.
And that is the only reason that, and connected with that is pain, suffering, or whatever we call it. It's better, it may be by relationship or finance or health. These are the three losses. But they are perpetually happening to a lot of people all the time. But isn't it only a learning experience and not to be taken to that seriousness that it's a permanent loss? It's a worldly affair.
Yeah. No, I have just given the overall understanding. Individual cases may be different. Okay. So individual cases may be different, and when we know exactly what happened, we can tell from where it is coming. Whether it's a karmic or choosing of the soul, something else can go beyond this plan also. But in general, I'm saying how it is coming at the mass level. all over the world, one point of time, all flight stops, all movement stops. It is unusual. It normally
Yeah,
doesn't
unusual.
come to this level. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So anyway, so this is that understanding. It's the process of renewal. Okay, humanity,
Better will come.
collective. Yeah, you will come out better. Okay, we'll have that. Now to explain the different aspects of it, for people who mass left this, this world, who expired in because of COVID or whatever, in that, that is a different reason. Okay, I think earlier, few months back, I think in this topic I discussed, few souls, they have decided to leave it at that moment, this period of time. There are three phases of the time frame, what we are talking here. Earlier days, earlier style, whatever, say up to say 2000 or of that kind of nature. That's one. From 2000 to till, it will go still, I feel it will go up to 2028 or something.
28.
Like that. Yeah. This period is transitional period. There, it's not very clear. I'm just don't go into 2000. Yeah. That means, is it for 1st January 2001? It is no. It's just I'm giving a little bit of time frame. Before that, there is a different type of culture, different type of things, different type of priorities, different type of lifestyle,
right?
Different type of understanding. Now it is a different, transition, and what is going to come, so-called golden era.
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to come. That is another. Yeah. Earlier, I think 2015 or something, I asked this question to Babaji about this, and that my understanding from the message I got, this some of the soul, like us, we have chosen to see all three in single lifetime. It doesn't come few thousand years.
Yes.
This kind of thing, it doesn't come.
Yes.
We have chosen to take birth. Our soul knows everything. Yeah, we have chosen to take birth in this period so that we can experience the previous, undergo the transition. It will be grinding.
Right.
When the diamond is being polished, it will be cut, it will be grind, it will be heat, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, so that we are going through the grind of the life. It is a transition. Whatever is going to come, we wanted to experience three phases in a single lifetime. We chosen this experience. It's a rare experience. Soul point of view, soul's pathwise. Some of them, what they have done, they left the body at the end of the first one and took birth into the transition, beginning of the transition.
Right. Okay.
So they are called Indigo Children or many type of, but they come with a special ability, what we don't have.
Yes.
For us, for just to meditate, we need to have some half an hour or 45 minutes to meditate. They can get that in 2 minutes.
Right.
They have a built-in ability. They need not to even tell you and show you that we are doing meditation and this and that stuff, but only 2 minutes is good enough.
Yes.
They come with the built-in abilities. Okay. They have some kind of special ability, but they have chosen to be born in that beginning of the transition, go through the transition, and become in the running mode, like running the operation into the next era. Okay. This is about that category. Another category, what they wanted to do, soul's choice, all our free will, we have a choice. Yeah? They've seen the old one, gone through the transition, now they are leaving the body so that they can take birth into the golden era from the beginning.
Right.
And then they live there, they grow there and be there. So there is no transition. The transition they have faced in the previous one, not that one. Okay. That's why you see the mass level that they are leaving the body. Without permission of the soul, nothing happens, not even a COVID.
Right.
Okay. It's not possible. Okay, it is all agreed at the certain level that this will be going to be played out and we'll leave it in this bhana. Anyway, so this is the understanding of that. So we are on those categories what we have chosen to see all three.
But the 28 will be a bigger transition.
It's 28 around that, yes.
Around that, yes.
It is not drastic. Again, it will slowly go there. Before major change happens, the symptom is extreme polarity. You see everywhere, there's extreme polarity. It's not like somehow managing turbo that we had earlier. Right. 80s and 90s, we have something going on, but it is not to the level that, it will making us apart. But now you see the society or the things, many things are extremely polarized. Right. Extreme view. Okay. This is a symptom of imminent change. Unless until you go into the certain level, suppose you are, what is called, some temperature is raising, you need to see when you have to jump out. At a certain level, that threshold you jump out, no? Then you cannot withstand that kind of temperature, yeah?
It's like Sagar Manthan.
Yes. Yeah, so this kind of extreme polarity and all, if it doesn't happen, the change will not come. Otherwise, you keep on going in that level, little bit ups and downs, but continue. But that period is over. Is par ya us par. Okay.
But then the idea is that we should remain mentally stable. We should not get much affected. Just be a witness to what's happening.
Yeah.
And do not try not to get affected, because what is going to happen or what is soul's plan will happen.
मैं एक एग्जांपल that's correct, but मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. इसमें पोजीशन क्या लेना है? अभी जो है ना, वो घोड़ा है, वो पगला हो गया. Okay, the horse is running, it become mad. तो उसको रास्ता छोड़ देना है ना. Just witness,
right?
को सामने नहीं आना है, लात खाना पड़ेगा.
Right.
Okay, आगे पीछे दोनों लात पड़ने वाला. So you just, the wisdom says you let it move by, yeah.
Okay.
Don't become an obstacle. No, neither you just try to follow or try to lead or whatever it is. Ab to laat khana hi khana hai udhar. Okay.
Right.
So pagla ghoda hai. So you have to just let it go. Okay. When everything is there, it will be, then some settling will happen on its own. Okay. So that
just be. Just be and just watch.
Yeah.
Watch. That's all.
Just be and the experience, because that's what you have chosen to do. Whatever the sense of loss, मैं बाबा जी से तो पूछ लिया ना अभी, वो loss नहीं है, वो पतझड़ है, temporary. It will all come back. Yeah, loss कुछ भी नहीं है. Okay, so it will all come back, but you have to just withstand the winter. Okay, that's it.
So basically, we are following our soul's plan.
Yes,
and that's it. Yes, nothing unusual. And nothing untoward is happening without our permission or without a plan.
Of your soul's
it's part
plan.
It's all plan, part of the plan. So,
yes.
So why get pain? Why suffer? Why become nervous?
See, soul's point of view, there is no good or bad. Everything is experience. Huh?
Absolutely.
I'll give you one example. It will be clear to you how soul plays. It has got an umpteen number of lives. Huh? Uska koi kami nahi.
Right.
Different combination, एक life में एक चीज experience करना चाहते हैं. See, suppose you are talking about a competition. Suppose you are competing in the Olympic. Human being approach will be to have the gold medal in the Olympic. ना उसके पीछे भागता है ना. सालों साल practice करता है, सालों इसको ये करता है, so that he wants to have a gold medal in Olympic. Yeah, that's the target.
Right.
Soul doesn't have that target.
Yes.
Okay. Soul, it wants to experience कि मैं क्या बोलते हैं ओलंपिक के लिए तैयारी हो रहा था, then I got rejected due to my performance. एक लाइफ इसमें गया, मतलब one or two things. Another time ओलंपिक के लिए ये रेडी हो रहा था, you got earlier it was not ready. That experience, how get feel like rejected. Now you are ready, but you are rejected due to politics.
Right.
Okay, वो भी एक्सपीरियंस लेते हैं. कॉम्पिटेंसी था, पॉलिटिक्स करके हटाया. Okay, another experience. Third, compete but become last. उसका एक्सपीरियंस लेते हैं. उसका तो पड़ा नहीं है, so it's immortal ना. उसका कोई कमी नहीं है. Another life comes and then it comes in the middle somewhere. करते करते किसी में थर्ड होगा, किसी में सेकंड होगा, तो एक में जाके गोल्ड मेडल मिलेगा. it experience that. Not only that, then it will have the experience of breaking the record, world record, uska bhi le lega. So everything, they have full set of experience. Soul doesn't run behind the gold medal. Okay. It chooses all sort of experience, infinite ways to experience itself.
It's just an experience, and that's it.
Yes, that's it. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying, that it is our idea कि somebody is competing, मतलब वो तो gold जीतना है ना उसको. Not necessarily. Soul doesn't plan that way.
And, also I would like to add here that it happens with me when I'm down in a competition or in some other way, or not fulfilling my targets, or looks like I'm not, some divine power comes and lifts it and does some magical thing because of my trust and faith and devotion and love, or my connection to the divine. It comes suddenly. And I don't know, I have no explanation how it comes.
No, I'll tell you the approach, what approach we should take here.
Right.
Or let me share what approach I have taken. Who am I to tell you do this or don't do this?
Right.
The approach is, even what is in the free will, I don't claim it to be mine. ये भी तुम्हारा है, वो भी तुम्हारा है. कुछ अच्छा हुआ, वो भी तुम्हारा. Credit goes to you. या कुछ debit, कुछ loss हो गया, ये भी you are experiencing to me.
Exactly.
Nothing belongs to me. It is like you are not attaching you with anything. You live in the world, but you should be detached from it.
Right. Absolutely.
I have given earlier example of Pankaj, the lotus. It doesn't, even water doesn't stay there. It comes from the mud, but water doesn't stay there. Also take say swan. The swan is such a, beautiful, it floats in the water. Beautiful looking swan, even duck. Swan is a grand version of the duck. It floats very, very gracefully in the water. Okay. Not a single drop of water in touches. उसका feather में एक बूंद भी पानी नहीं अटकता नहीं है. And also there is another beauty. It's so graceful. It looks like moving slowly or something. But if you put that swan into a swimming pool, which one side is say glass. We have the aquarium, no? Dubai aquarium. You can see the glass, no? What it is. Suppose you put some swan on top of it. You will see that the paddling is happening below the water. To float, it is doing its effort. It is doing its work. But from outside, it is calm and quiet. Very graceful. This is the learning we have to take from this nature or this kind of birds and animals. Nothing to touch, even water. We are living in the water. We are basically paddling to be floating and doing our job. But overall, we are not get troubled and calling, okay, what is happening? Why I have to do this and that? Human, we do. Okay. We cry too much. It's doing its job and just simply floating and going gracefully. And that's it.
The best way to live.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. God bless you. Any other question?
So, Asdeep, I have a question in terms of when you say it will be a newer way of पतझड़ का मौसम चल रहा है, so you and I and everyone else in this call and others have been evaluated so far based on the human parameters in this life, right? So somebody has said, like you said, कि goal जीतना है, first आना है, and we all chase those things. In some cases, I see a conflict in me. In some cases, I said, no, nahi jitna hai. I have to do multiple things.
Yeah.
So what this new transitions, how, I'm still seeing that some of the parameters is being changed, but when we transition, what will be these parameters been set? Because we are, even in computer science, some of the things, the feedback control loop, and then next state happens based on the outcome of the previous state. All these things have been taught. But I'm seeing that, what I'm hearing and seeing that that's all going to change. So how is this happening?
The whole paradigm will be shifted. The priority will change on every aspects of our life. The way we get educated will change. The way we get treated, the treatment will change. The way we travel will change. The way we earn, that will change. Even the way we live, everything will change. Yeah.
Okay.
How it will be played out, I don't know fully exactly. Okay. And exactly when it will happen, that is also I don't know. Higher dimension, there is no time. But there are something, this kind of technology, and this in next few years time already started, but next few, a lot of new technologies will come. As for example, just give you say some diseases. Yeah? The gene editing will come. Editing of genome, gene. Yeah? That will cure many things. So this kind of stuff, it will be a new approach to the whole thing. How it will come, this everything that the different types of things will come. So it will affect everywhere. It means, see, if that kind of technology comes, then your method of treatment and visiting hospitals and the expertise and all, everything will change.
Okay.
Okay. And those will be mostly taken up by the artificial intelligence. Okay, so this kind of stuff. So it will come. Let us experience it. It is not that if you come to know everything tomorrow, and then you will not be able to utilize and enjoy it. It is a journey that matters, not the destination.
Yeah. Okay. So should we also shed away all our past, even the glories, right? And also the failures, right? Because that past glories are based on previous evaluation. That will not carry forward, right? Even the failures. So we have to we also have to Padjar we have to be part of that Padjar also. We have to slowly shed those things.
All this, your glory and failure, nowhere else. It is in your mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just reprogram your mind, that will go. Or it will stay there wherever they are, but you are not getting affected with it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay. It's fine. Yeah. So let it be there. Unless until it is bothering you, let it be there. And if it is bothering you, you have to develop some technique how it should not interfere into your present. Yeah? That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, for that healing and other many things are there. So that's not a big issue. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right.